Aloha and welcome to the Pilina Podcast, where connection is everything, to our stories, to our culture, and to the voices that shape them. I'm Shanston.
I'm Tiara.
Today we're honored to sit one-on-one with Maluhia, the lead vocalist of the legendary roots reggae band Ooklah the Moc. Known for his deep presence, Maluhia doesn't just carry tunes. His unmistakable voice carries truth, reflection, and aloha in every note. But today's conversation goes beyond the music. We're talking about his personal journey, his roots, influences, and the moments that shaped him both as an artist and a person. From backyard pa'inas to big stages, Ooklah's music has always been more than sound. It's a call to malama, to awaken, to connect. This is a story of growth, grounding, and staying true to the message. So let's get into it. This is Pilina.
Aloha. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for making me look so good and feel so good, but sometimes I forget what I've done, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I know you go by many names. Can you kind of share the other names you have and the meaning behind it?
I was born James Michael LaPierre. And my nickname has been Jimbo since I was a kid. And I got Maluhia from Uncle Raymond Deadman, this Kanaka from Ka'u, in my 20s actually. And I never really wore the name till later in life. And then I'm Ross Bird in Ooklah, so yeah. Maybe 5 names, but I love it. But
At least you can pick
thank you
your
for inviting me.
identity. Of course.
I wear many hats.
Yeah.
I change them quite often. But you know.
let's start about like where you come from, or tell us a little bit about.
I'm from Honolulu, which we called Hawaiʻi when we were young. We didn't know the native term other than Koko. But I grew up in Hawaiʻi, but I went to school in Kalihi from kindergarten to 12th grade.
Well, that's a big difference,
so,
Yeah.
I think that's why nobody could kind of punk me in any way, because if you told me I'm this, then I'd be like, no, I'm here. And if you told me I'm this, I was like, no, I'm from here. But I went to St. Teresa School. It's a Catholic school. You know, got disciplined a lot because I was Kolohe, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Spent a lot of...
I went to Sacred Heart, so
yeah.
I know.
So you know how the nuns are, you know.
And I regret.
My 2 sisters went Sacred Hearts, yeah. And then I went Kamehameha School. So I'm a Imua 91 graduate, so I made them.
You're the lucky one.
I actually made them. Then I went Windward, and then I went to UH. And I never finished my bachelor's because I'm at Ooklah.
Yeah, how did you was the band like just formed and you entered, or how did that journey start for you?
We had one person who knew I was body surfing next to the bass player. Like, he's like, you gotta know this guy. And we had other friends, so, and I had no idea I was in a class at UH with the guitarist, you know, until I walked in my first practice with Ooklah. You know, he's like, hey, you're in my botany class, you know. But they were already a hardcore and punk band who was starting to dabble in reggae instrumental. So
I had no idea.
They play still. They don't do it, but they still have that punk and hardcore in them. It's great. It's great. So it was the 4: bass, drum, guitar, and me. Had another singer, Pierre, John Pataro, played trumpet and sing. And then the family started growing, you know. Because when you first start, you just keep playing and you don't realize, like, oh, I was singing for like 3 hours. So I would tell them, like, bro, I'm getting dizzy already, bro. So they're like, oh, he needs a break, you know. So oh, maybe we need another singer. And then that's when Nicholas Navales came, who we call Kali. He's the one who sings our most popular song is Hellfire, you know, off our second album. Makes me sad because I'm on the first album, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, wow, okay. But that's my brother, and that song just blew up, you know?
Yeah.
And then we had a female singer, Sister Mickey. That was my classmate from Kamehameha School. Leslie Hui Hui. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't say your name too. But thank you for inviting me. I love the word pili. And now it's just pluralizing it. And wherever I go, I choose because of the name, no matter where I work. I don't know if I can share this now, but I worked for a spa in Waikiki, and I joined it just because it said Spa Olakino. I'm like, okay. I got licensed in Lomi 2006, and had no idea it was gonna like become my life, you know. Like, I think because my mom was a nurse, I think that's when I make her most proud or something. I don't know.
Maybe the connection she had with her patients, and same with you, but in a different industry. I feel like I can relate to that as well. I mean, I have my business being an esthetician, but I think it's more than just kind of beautifying them or just giving them a service. It's really like a time where they share whatever they have going on in their life, and they feel comfortable to share that with me.
You're a therapist.
I'm a therapist. I'm just, like not that kind of wage, but so I think for me, it's in the beginning, I never understood like how important it is to really like cleanse yourself after you leave or after you have that time with someone, because you're exchanging energy and conversations. And sometimes in the beginning, at least, I felt like I just took in so much, and I almost couldn't handle like releasing it. So I would almost like carry that with me, and like with other people be like, you know. So I felt like I had to learn, like, you know, stay grounded and have moments of peace for myself.
Yeah, and you invent things for yourself, like, okay, we just finished. Whether it's your system of how you clean up, how you reset up for the next person. Yeah,
totally.
You know, or like the washing of hands. And like for me, when I lomi, I'm like, I'll go in a water hose outside. I have to do several things. Or sometimes I wash with pakai. I wash my hands with salt and water, and but you bring joy, you know, make people beautiful, you know, they get happy. Yeah. You make people happy on the outside, maybe they'll be happier on the inside. Like me, I'm great at like sinking my own boat before I even sailed. And that's not good. That's not what we're supposed to do, you know? So if you can make these little things affect the big picture, you know, and I think that's what everybody needs, you know. You're peeling with them in a way, because like we don't let nobody touch us, right? You're touching their skin, their face, so.
Oh yeah, and when it comes to anything, just in general, I'm very like now in a stage where I'm protecting my peace, and I'm very careful of the interactions I have. And if I want to get a lomi or get a facial, I'm very like cautious of who touches me, you know?
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Don't give me that bad energy.
It's an honor to be allowed.
Right.
Yeah. Like, can I share a little bit about your boy?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I've done, youth sometimes, but I think he was the youngest, yeah. So I'm already preparing in my head before you guys come. And because he's not all of these things, so I don't know about you, but I'm prepping from last night. You're already preparing, because I know, like, wow, if I was 5 years old, I wouldn't want nobody touching me. Mm-hmm. Who are you? Where did my mom bring me? So I try to jump into his shoes as much as I can. So, and ask him, hey, I'm gonna put my hand here, Yeah, you gotta be invited, into a house, but it's a privilege and an honor to be allowed to help.
Yeah. I felt like that experience as a parent, and then for him, was just very, I've never seen him other than Ohana, but like him be comfortable. I mean, there were moments where he was like, oh, no, uncle, no. But he ended up, allowing you, I think almost like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
it was long.
I didn't know,
Yeah, it was long.
He did great. Yeah, because remember when he said, "Yeah, I'm kind of done already."
Yeah.
He started being more fidgety than I am right now. I didn't realize he let us work on him for a while.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and from that experience, I mean, for 2 years, I dealt with just him having digestive problems, and as a mother, and I just feel like I had that intuition, like, no, something's wrong. It's not just, they would say, oh, his diet, or he needs to drink more water, and that's why when it comes to going, like, doctors, sometimes they're just like, no, just take Miralax. I'm like, Miralax for a 4-year-old? Like, I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's wild. They're like, 1 capful, and then when he goes too much, half capful. I'm like, no, there has to be like something more. And it was just always something fell through with the connection of having someone heal. But it just so happened that I had a friend that shared, and I ended up going to you, and his experience after that, I mean, it gets me a little emotional, because I have seen him have like digestive issues for 2 years, and now he's just good. And so, yeah, mahalo.
Well,
but
I feel cool,
yeah, thank you.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, as they say, like how we find each other. Like, why is it us three? How did this happen? I believe in that. The good people find each other, like the whole world could be going to, kukai, but all the good things are happening at the same time too.
Yeah.
And
I think with our name of our podcast, Pilina, it really goes hand in hand with Aloha. And I feel like these past years, it just like could be more of that. And I just like it, I think it bothers me so much not seeing that enough in our community currently. And then to have these, I don't know, discussions or backlash at kupuna, I've been seeing so much lately. Yeah.
People are
just lashing out.
Yeah, like, not having
kupuna.
respect. Yeah, not having respect, and just, allowing them to speak, and just seeing how they talk. There's ways to approach, but some people just go.
Yeah, there's a lack of respect around.
Yeah.
But everybody's supposed to check yourself every day, several times a day, right? I when you invited me to be here, I told myself, why me? I'm so everything. I'm going that way and this way. I've been like that since I was a kid. I will be the one to help you. I will hug you. I will do all these loving things. And we all have the other side, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes people need scoldings. It's like your mother never scolds you enough. And nobody can putty nobody anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone's
come on, you know? What do? Do you do the little rubber band thing and pack on your kid? Or I don't know. How do you let them know? Like, no, you're wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hurt you, but...
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of gentle parenting happening.
Yeah, we need more aloha, you know?
Yeah.
We know that.
Can I ask how you got into your work as in Lomi? As a
that's a good one. So I've been thinking about this a lot, and I was like, I think I used to massage, like, maybe actually it's my dad. So my dad would have back out or something. Mm-hmm. So he used to go on the ground and he used to teach me how to, put my hands like this and, tell him I got to breathe out, and then I would set his spine again. So that was a little piece. And I feel like from about 16, I was seeking out a teacher. But I wanted to do Lomi. I didn't want to do the other modalities, I don't care if I learn it later, but I wanted to learn Lomi first. So I got lucky later in life. Actually, it was because I used to work in Aloha, which is DLNR forestry, and I injured my shoulder. So I was out of work, and I found this place. It said, Hands Towards Heaven, Hawaiian Lomi School. And I told you about names, yeah? So I'm like, oh, I'm not working. She has a class. So Noelani Viri, I'm going to say her maiden name. Noelani Viri, Emma Viri's daughter, told me that I could join the class, and I had the option to pay in 3 increments. And because she had Aloha, and I didn't have $1,800 lying around, I could pay $600, and then she made it happen. So I learned the Auntie Margaret Machado lineage. So that's our first, what I call a Lomi kind of kahuna. That was like, you know what? We're not in the 1800s. We're not in the BC. It's not 1000 AD. And she got her license. Because she's like, what we usually hide as natives, I feel like she turned the triangle this way. Instead of like, I don't know. All of these people, maybe just one I'm going to teach. She opened it up like this. She said, no, Lomi, what I say, Lomi to the world, Everybody needs it. And it's a little bit more deeper. Yeah, people say, oh, what's the difference between massage and Lomi?
Yeah.
And I don't know how to tell people. I think the intention, not only the moves and the style, but the whole, I don't know. Nobody can love like Hawaiians. I always tell people there's 1 million people know more than me, but nobody will love you more and try harder and want to help, more than me, A healer told me that one time. He said, oh, you think you're a healer? I didn't even tell him anything, but he said, oh, you think you're a healer? I'm like, He goes, just know this, you cannot heal everyone. I got angry. I literally got angry. I'm like, what you mean I cannot help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I understand that though.
Yeah,
I can help,
Yeah.
Don't tell me I cannot help them, But sometimes it's in the person. They didn't come to the point to receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I learn every day, I forget I'm 52 because I walk around like at 12 all the time. You know what I mean?
I'm 18.
Right? Forever.
I'm 21. 21.
Yeah, 21.
And then my second, I cannot call him Kumu. Anakala West, what do I say? So I'm learning lomi ae style, which is a ground style. Yeah. Most people would just shy away and they go like, "Oh, I'm not gonna let you step on me." And they have no idea. You might have the best treatment of your life because it does have stepping, but then we'll stretch you and we'll do other things.
Is there like contraindications to that, or anybody can get that?
The step style.
Yeah.
No, anybody can. No matter how tiny or how big or how old, because I tell people it's my responsibility to not smush you. Yeah? So when I work on, I think I get somebody almost 400 pounds come see me. And I wish I was fatter because I need more. Yeah? But it's up to me. So Anakala West Sen is our kumu. It's a lomi ae style that comes from Aitutaki Island and Cook Islands.
Wow.
So we're the lineage of Uncle Freddie Tira Makea actually. And he told me my foot is supposed to be a cat's paw. Like, you know how they just kind of like this? Or they'll press, but they're not pressing. So it's kind of, if you're in tune, you're in tune. And that's what people don't do. Like other people do massage. I don't know why they're doing it sometimes because it's like, oh, you don't love that person.
Yeah.
You're not connecting with them. You're just squeezing the toe.
There's
what's you
intention.
Yeah.
Because some people, they're only there for like one thing, like, oh, my neck's sore or something. I try to get people to come to me for different things, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's here, your heart, in the arm, or actual pain, in a body. But some people come for a shoulder treatment and have a life-changing experience, ball out hardcore, something, I didn't know. Maybe they
just
didn't
unlock
know.
something.
And they're like, poof, walk out of my house. Like,
Ready to take on a new chapter.
I get people crash their car after leaving my house. Get in that car, turn it, bang, reverse into one car right there. Like, oh, you was relaxed.
All gas.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah. But my Lomi lineage is Auntie Margaret lineage. I wish I got to learn from her personally.
I can't stop laughing.
But
No.
and then Uncle West. So Noelani and then Uncle West. No, it's for real. You. Yeah.
No, you're just funny.
Man. That's how I get in trouble every time, I gotta learn to take certain. I think maybe that's why I love the Lomi. It lets a joker like me, whatever, actually direct the mana into something serious and can really change somebody's life, Because I know, like getting back to your boy, I wouldn't want to be him. Who is this man? You going, what? And me, the opu, I only offer that, or don't. I might offer it on the 3rd visit to me, the 4th visit. Unless they ask. And how you were saying about nowadays,
Yeah.
I've been getting requests.
Mm.
And that, so something, people are in need of more aloha, you know.
When it comes to, you know, taking people, are you kind of selective, or you just anyone that's in need and wants to come see you?
For me, I will never turn anyone down the first time.
Mm.
Unfortunately, people have come to my house. I wouldn't let them do a hanaho because they wasn't in their right mind when they asked for an appointment. They weren't there for the right reasons.
Mm.
And I was shown that by just the way they react or what they don't do. It was aoli pono, it wasn't pono.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll never, I told myself, everybody deserves a chance to feel better. And what if I was that little part that was gonna get them on a, what I call a path to pono, yeah? That forever path. So I prefer, you know, if a referral, you know? But working in the hotels in Waikiki, I love working on auto tours. Because you tell me, I've been getting this once a month for 30 years, and that was the best massage I ever had. I cry. Like, what you mean? She's like, I don't know what happened. You were doing this and doing that, and you know, sometimes the love is so scarce for people. You pat them on the back like this. Already, I never even start.
Yeah.
Just like moving the sheet, tap. Just doing like, okay, you know. Already sigh, like that big sigh. Because I know when they breathe out like that, the next thing coming is a big breath in, you know. And for me, God is in the air, whatever you want to call it, you know. What? Come on, you know. Aloha. He's in everything we see, so we're not even alive until you breathe. So him or it or must be in the air, you know?
Yeah. I feel like I really want to ask you, like, who is your greatest influence, whether it's currently or growing up? Who the biggest influence in your life?
Influencing what? Or just in general?
Just in general.
I feel everyone should say mom. But, you know, maybe it doesn't, but yeah. That was the first one who told me. So my mom's the oldest of 9. It's your Auntie Irene, you never met. She's upstairs, so, you know, when you get your wings, you can go meet my mom. But she told me, I'm your best friend. You can tell me anything, you know. But she was the oldest of 9, and I'm the youngest of 5 from her. So they had a lot of practice, maybe, you know. But I grew up with the tutus, yeah. So I grew up with my Filipino grandma and grandpa, and all. I grew up with the silver hair people, you know. I was later in life from my mom them, so that influenced me a lot. But yeah, you know, I think everybody should say your parents, you know, my mom and my dad, you know. Another thing I want to say is I grew up, you guys know where Cocoa Park?
Yeah.
So every kid my age and a little bit older, a little bit younger, they're all going to tell you Uncle Blah Pahinui. Gabby Pahinui's son. That man took care of the park, and I was a little punk kid. I hung out at Cocoa Park. I played everything, but I never joined a team. I play volleyball, I play basketball, I play baseball, I play tennis, I play everything at that park, but I never did join one team until, like football. But that man, because we all love Gabby, and he was like this, he was a Pahinui, but he was so like kind Jimi Hendrix, kind Prince, like just totally like different, And he took care of every kid like it was his. I think there's thousands of kids in Hawaiʻi who call him uncle, who have 10 stars of how a nice action that he did, where those 35-cent soda, guys. 35 cents. The fridging today. He just, it was like aloha, how they say aloha in action, But my family, my ohana, my older brothers and sisters, aunties, classic, like how we all should be saying. I was a sponge, to the good and the bad. I tried to grow up too fast. You can ask HPD, So your brother was throwing parties at 8th grade, you know what I mean? And the police, they're pretty impressed at my invite list. Yeah. So they would be like, what are you doing here? I'd be like, oh, Uncle Blah Pahinui said we can be here as long as we make it nicer than when we came. But yeah, the HPD would say, who's that? I'd be like, oh, that's a skate crew over there. Like, who's that? He's like, oh, that's KPT Solis. Like, who's that? I was like, oh, I met those guys at Sandy's. They're from Kahuku. Kahuku, come to Sandy Beach. I'm like, oh, you also come to the park with us, Well, yeah, the police was like, wow, this is a real eclectic, like, group. They're like, a couple hours more and then get out of here. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of like, oh, But yeah.
Tara, take us into what's the scoop.
What's the scoops? Okay, all right.
What's that? Leaving.
All right, so it's time for a segment we like to call What's the Scoops, where we throw some random rapid fire questions that both we and our listeners are dying to know. So don't overthink, just go. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Honestly, you guys gonna trip out. Okay, so I try to avoid. So ever since I was in, actually I'm in Ooklah again. So ever since I joined the band, I try to really, really avoid karaoke. But prior to it, whatever. So now, my friend Weston Ka'ao'a Leslie used to sing a song called Little Star, 1950s song by the Elegants. So now that's the only song I'll do. And it's kind of half a joke because people wanted me to do something else. But I love that song. And I love the 50s, even though I wasn't there. Like, you came to my house, so you know my old car. So I'll sit in a 1948 Chevrolet, whether it's rolling or not, and I'll play 50s music.
Oh, I love that.
And
Me too.
Yeah. Like that old, and sometimes it's like some Chicano, like lowrider music too. But I played a time period, music.
I love that.
And I'm such a tangent guy, like I don't even remember the question.
Okay, what's our next question?
What's the scoops over here?
This is another music-related one. Would you rather be slightly sweaty or slightly off-key?
Sweaty. Because I just had my most embarrassing moment this month. I was off key. Because I don't know how to read or write music, and I got a D in music. I was off by they said, you're off a half step. We don't know how he did it. And I'm like, I know, and I don't know how to get back.
Mm.
And we're always sweaty jumping around on stage, so answer is sweaty.
Okay. Kani Kapila jam sesh or a full sound check show?
Right now, because we're in the mood, my purpose is doing the shows again. I left, so you guys don't know, I lost my mom 2010. And I thought it was, in fact, I still am. I tired nightclub already. I tired, I'm not a drinker, I'm not a smoker. I might drink one, but everybody knows oh, you had one. Yeah. That's not Jimbo, we know. It's not the Ross Bird, they know. So as of now, I'll go say a sound check show because we're hugging more people in that way.
Yeah.
And I was out for 14, 15. I left in 2010. So my first show was November 2024. Back. And I didn't know I was opening up like a can of worms, I was like, okay, I'll do the show. I just want to let you guys know, Ooklah family. I want to let our fans know, I love them and I miss them too. And then word got out, the lead singer is back. And then we're booked to November. I'm telling them don't book 2026. I don't even know if I want to do, and they're like, come on, brother, and I'm, hard, I tell people I'm shy and they're like,
Shy.
I'm shy.
But we all are.
Yeah.
But we give over it to share. You're doing this for the people, And you're going to get a lot of people to pili with you guys,
Thank you.
It's one of the greatest words in our language,
Yeah, I love it.
It's the vibes.
Yeah. Okay, last one. If your voice was a Hawaiian plate lunch, what would be the main dish?
The main dish. Pālolo. I almost said squid luau.
I think mine would be a 5-pound lala. Extra fat. with with Hawaiian chili pepper.
With extra fat.
Yes, nioi. I love my nioi.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom was a eat dessert first kind of person, so yeah.
That's my vibes right there.
Yeah. Some kalo, coconut milk, and some molasses. You know what I mean? Brown sugar. Yeah. I'll be cool, Lolo.
Mine is poi.
Oh, it's a good one. It goes with everything. Or just
Diverse.
Mm-hmm.
And now, because we're, manifying ourselves, kanakafying ourselves, all of these, it's people tell me, oh, this poi is mana ele ele, lehuha. And, you know, they're telling me like, oh, this is so awesome. You know, like it changes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, we picked this one. This adds this texture and a color. And, oh, man, it's super fun now. You know, we're finding ourselves, and all the farmers are like, they're not going to only pound one style. You're starting to mix them. And, wow.
My favorite poi is Kenai, so shout out to Eastside Maui. It's the best.
Yeah. Yes. Brother Keone. I never see you in years, Keone.
Maui no koi.
Maui no koi.
The Kalo farmers.
So.
Oh, Maui, yeah. I just got home from Maui yesterday. Man.
I love Maui.
So as we come to the close of our time together, we just ask a question we offer to all of our guests, which is, what legacy of aloha do you hope to leave in this world?
So what started me in Ooklah was one show to California. And I saw 30,000 people gather for 3 days. And I don't need to get into details, but they were doing whatever they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't matter if somebody had some beers, somebody had some other things or whatever. Nobody looked at each other and said, what? So I started crying in the middle of 30,000 people. And all my friends was like, why are you crying, bro? What's the matter, bro? And I was like, I'm crying because we're from the land of Aloha. And we could never do this.
Mm.
People would die. There'll be ambulances. And there'll be plenty. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I said, I always wanted to be in some kind of band. Like my band was supposed to be called Anonymous Roots. But I said, whether it's 3, 30, 300, 3,000, or 30,000, I want to create this vibe here. Everybody felt safe enough to dance, whatever, take up plenty space, whatever. You know, even whoever, like usually in their shell, everybody was open. And I was like, I don't care if it's little like this, but I want to feel this.
Mm.
So I want people to love each other more, you know. We all have room to grow, but there's never enough aloha, you know. So I want people to love each other, and if me making you feel healthy enough where people can malama now. Because if you're sick and you're sore, you barely can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So if I'm good and I can make them good, then boom, they help. Yeah, so that's how I can modify and multiply and like, what do you call it? Amplify, you know, that. So the music does it, you know. Put on one song. Oh, you know, they in one of our songs or my song. Man, I could create that for some minutes for them. And maybe me no act a little bit more. And then they're driving. And maybe not no road rage out or, you know. So for me, the little things are the big things. So if I'm leaving a legacy, you know, don't do the punk things I did. I'm trying to make up for the bad things I did in my life. But if you check and you say, Brother Jimbo from Hawaiʻi Kai, should be pretty good. Not gonna have too much dirt. But I'm not perfect.
Playing archives.
You know, we all, yeah. Just want people to love each other more, and if a little bit of me help that,
Mahalo.
then I win, and we all win.
Mahalo.
I love that.
Thank you for letting me, Pili.
Of course. Mahalo from Shanston and I for just your time and your mana'o and you're sharing your story. So
thank you.
Mahalo nui for joining us on this episode of the Pilina Podcast. Sitting down with Maluhia gave us more than insight into the music. It reminded us of the power of staying grounded in your roots, your purpose, and your truth. From humble beginnings to becoming a voice for the people, his journey is a reminder that music isn't just sound. It's a vessel for story, struggle, and spirit. Whether on stage or off, his commitment to message and mana continues to inspire and uplift. If today's episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And as always, stay connected, stay rooted, and keep building Pilina within yourself, your community, and the stories that matter. Until next time, aloha and ma'alamupono.
Hui ho.
That's it.